Hi there, I have decided to film this segment rather than just do photos and some listed directions because I figured it would be easier to follow. The project today is homemade bath oils, and I got my inspiration from my friend Hetty, who also has an herb garden that I guess was a little out of control, so she used the clippings to add them and infuse the oil and just make it pretty and smell nice. Please visit her blog spot. It's La Boulangerie de Bergère. You will see that there is a link to it on the sidebar of my blog. What I've decided to do is take a bunch of my mint clippings, also some rosemary, and combine it with different oils. The base for both of my oils that I'm going to be making, and I'm only going to really just teach you how to do one on the video, and I'll list the directions for the other. But the one that we're going to do right now is a base of sweet almond oil, and that's pretty simple stuff. It smells really good, and you can add whatever to it. It doesn't, it blends well. It's not going to ruin your structure if you add different elements to it like sugar or salt, and it's also going to keep its smooth, oily consistency throughout the whole process. I've already added some sweet lime to the sweet almond oil, so that's essentially the base that we're starting with. It's two blended oils together. Now that I've had this on my hands, I'm going to have to take it off really quick. Sorry about that. Okay, so what I've decided to use, because I'm riding my bike a lot right now, my husband and I are training for a 150-mile bike race in the fall, and I get sore. So I figured if I combine Epsom salts, it would add that magnesium sulfate, which will help with any strains or any bruising that may happen as I'm riding my bike or just kind of being active and exercising. So we have a quarter of a cup of the Epsom salt. We're adding the sweet almond oil and the citrus oil to that combination there. And then what I've decided to do, since this is citrus and nut already, I'm going to add the rosemary and then some lemon zest. I have a ton of lemon zest because I work at the bakery and we make fresh lemonade now that it's spring. And if we're not using the zests for anything at the shop, I'll bring them home and just have zest in everything. So lucked out there. I have my bowl of zest right here. I'm just going to go ahead and add that in. And then what we'll do is we'll add into my neat little Tupperware contraption here. It's the most awesome thing ever. If you don't have a lot of stuff and you don't want to pull out the food processor or have something big and clunky and electrical to wash or hand wash, this is great. It comes in pieces. This is the blade. It's powered by a crank. So you just put your product inside. And I'm just gonna take these sprigs of rosemary and just kind of break them in half. Try and make this as simple as possible. And we're probably not gonna use all of this, but I'm just throwing it all in there. And then you just close the lid. And let me move this down here. You just crank it up. So it's chopping everything for me, just making it a little I think it's chopping everything for me. I'm just going to make it a little more diced up. And this is done so quickly that I'm not ruining a cutting board. I'm not whipping out any knives. As big of a klutz as I am, I'd probably cut myself anyway. Alright, so let's look at this. Hopefully this will be good. That really didn't do anything. I guess because I put it in there basically whole. Okay. Well, so what I'm going to do then is just pick these little leaves off. Gosh, that smells good. And just throw them inside that mixture that we made with the oil, the Epsom salt, and the lemon zest. I'm afraid that the Epsom salt is actually going to start to melt in the oil. So we're going to add some rock sugar as well. any kind of sugar that's in its raw state, you know, the chunky stuff, the brown Hawaiian kind, sugar in the raw is a great brand to use, and that's actually what I'm going to throw in there. It's an excellent, yeah, it's an excellent sugar to throw. Excuse me, it's an excellent sugar to throw in there. So I am going to take a small teaspoon and just kind of throw a few teaspoons of this raw sugar in there. And I'm just going to mix it up. It's got a nice consistency. There's lots of lemon zest and the rosemary in there, makes it smell really yummy. And it's going to be something that will be a great scrub. This is also something, if you find that you'd like it a little more rocky, you can add more of the Epsom salt or more of the sugar. Okay, so that's all mixed up, and I'm just going to simply pour it from here to there. And you'll see that, of course, the heavier substances, the salts and the sugar, are going to be stuck to the bottom. So just make sure you scoop all that out. And if you have to take some of the oil off the top, you can do that with that same spoon you used to dish out the sugar. All right, and so before I even started to film, what I did was, of my 9 public followers, I wrote everyone's name on a small piece of paper, and then I put them in a bag and I shook it up, and I picked Denise out of those 9. So Denise, I will be sending you this bath oil. I hope you like lemon and rosemary. My other project is going to be a peppermint, and I'm going to chop up some of my sweet mint here. So if you would like that one instead, you can just give me a shout. So thanks for watching. Get to making some bath oil. Bye-bye.